Hello everyone, hello, good morning from Xinjiang. Welcome to today's live stream. You can watch our live stream on China Plus America, China Plus South Africa, China Plus News, and CRI Learn Chinese. This is Huang Yue, and I have Niu Niu behind the camera. Una is also here helping us to bring this fantastic live stream to you all together. And here today we are now in Ili, Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture. So as the saying goes, you won't know how vast China is if you've never been to Xinjiang, and you wouldn't know how beautiful Xinjiang is if you've never been to Ili. So Ili is really a beautiful place, beautiful prefecture, and it has a large area in total. And here you will see thousands of hectares of grasslands, large forests, crystal clear lake, as well as many beautiful people and animals. So we start from here, Yinin. It is the prefecture's capital city here. While you are here visiting Yinin, the city, this is the place you would definitely not miss, because this whole block is called Liuxin Street, or should I say streets, because it's not there's not only one street here. It's actually, let me say, like 6 streets, because if you take a bird's eye view of this whole block, you will find it's like a hexagon. It's like a hexagon shape, and it's like a spider web if you take a bird's eye view of this whole place. So in this Liuxin Street, there's one place that is definitely worth visiting. That is the Accordion Museum. So we're going to take you to the Accordion Museum right now. So let's go. Alright, so you are watching this live stream on our Facebook pages, on our 4 Facebook pages altogether simultaneously. So let me check who are with us while we are walking towards the Accordion Museum. Right, let's start from China Plus America, who are with us on our Facebook page. Let me check. So if you do love our live stream, please make sure leave us as many comments as possible. Well, we have already seen a lot of friends with us. We have Terrence said the reef of the system is cleaning the ocean. Good morning, Steve, Gabriel, and we have Michelle Cha says good morning. We have William says hello from Alaska. And we have Brian says good morning from Xinjiang, how are you today? And we have Martha says hi from Texas. Hello Martha, how are you today? Oh, so you can already hear the beautiful music from upstairs. We're going to take you to take a closer look of all the performers. So this is actually a accordion museum, very interesting and fantastic and amazing accordion museum. If you still remember, if you catch our live streams before, you would see that in Tacheng, we also did a live stream about accordion in that city. And there we also showed you the multi-ethnic wedding party there. Well, today we're going to show you another interesting accordion museum here in Liuxin Street in Yinin. Is the capital. Alright, so here we are. We're going to take you to have a closer look at all these performers. So here are all of our performers. As you can see, they're all dressed up in different costumes. 老师们好，可以跟我们表演一下吗？ So they're going to perform a music for us. Let's enjoy it. 谢。So the music they just performed is actually called Katyusha. This is one of the most popular Russian songs that spread in China in the past century. Well, I believe many of you are just the same with me. I'm so very interested in this very pretty and lovely and cute girl. 你可以介绍一下你自己吗？
可以，我是塔塔尔族，我叫古丽给娜。
So she is also a member of the Tatar ethnic minority group here in Xinjiang. How old are you? 你几岁啦
7岁半。
Oh, so she is about 7 years old. Very pretty costume here. 你可以给我们再跳一下刚刚你跳的舞蹈吗？稍微舞一下可以吗？ So we will once again appreciate her beautiful dance. 哇！谢谢. So as you can see, we have altogether a total of 12 performers here, and each of them are wearing very beautiful and with their own ethnic minority groups characteristics costumes. So let's talk to them. 您可以介绍一下您是什么民族吗？
我叫塔塔尔族，叫塔勒哈提。
So he is also a member of the Tatar ethnic minority group here. 我们可以看一下您的这个衣服吗？觉得非常的有特色。So let's take a closer look at his costume of Tatar ethnic group here. You can take a closer look at the patterns on his coat. 谢谢. So 您可以再介绍一下吗？
我叫徐红兵，满族。
Also, he is a member of the Manchu ethnic group.
我叫关恒军，锡伯族。
So he's a member of the Xiba ethnic group.
我叫亚森，维吾尔族。
So he's a Uyghur.
我叫阿迪里科尔克斯。
So he's a Kyrgyz.
科尔克斯。
我叫焦新华，汉族。
So she is the beautiful Han lady.
我叫吴一鸣，达斡尔族。
The Dawar.
我叫加尔肯哈萨克族。
The Hazak.
我叫秀娜，蒙古族。
Mongol.
我叫马成林，回族。
So Hui.
我叫张建国，塔吉克族。
The Tajik.
我叫米亚扎特乌兹别克族。
So Uzbek. So as you can see, this is really a place here in Yining that all the different ethnic minority groups can live harmoniously and happily together. 谢谢你们。那就是想问一下各位，学这个手风琴已经有多长时间的历史了呢？学了多少年了？有30多年了。So they have been performing and practicing accordion for over 3 decades. 那是什么样的缘分把各位聚在一起了呢？可以，好。So she is the director of this accordion museum.
对，我是这个手风琴珍藏馆的馆长，叫古丽妮莎，大家可以叫我古丽。
So we can call her Guli, just like the tourist guide we met in Karamay.
好，首先呢，我们这个伊犁民族团结手风琴乐队呢，是我们2019年的时候呢，我们也是非常的荣幸接待了汪洋主席来到本馆，参观了有8个民组建的手风琴乐队以后呢，我们也特意
19年其实是8个成员，是不是？
是那时候是8个成员，然后呢，我们现在已经扩大到了13个，因为是主要民族，而这个13个主要民族以情深结缘呢，已有30多年的交情。
So at first they formed this special band in 2019年是不是 in 2019 and at that time there were only 您刚刚说是一开始是几个成员？
一开始是我们是8个成员。
At that time there were only 8 members in this band, but now as you can see there are a total of 13 members in this accordion band.
而现在我们扩大到了13个主要民族。
And all these members of this band are from 13 different ethnic minority groups.
而我们这13个民族呢，它是以情深结缘的，因为我们
They meet together because of their love to music and accordion.
对，也就是歌声唱起来，舞蹈跳起来，周边是非常热闹，这样陌生人也就熟悉起来呢。就这样，他们已经成为了知心朋友，已有30多年的交情。
So they have been friends with each other because of music for over the past 3 decades, over the past 30 years. So as we can see that music has no boundaries, no matter which ethnic group you are in, you can be good friends as long as you have the love for music, have the love for life, and have the love for all the beautiful things in the world.
谢谢。好，将用琴声来奏响这个民族团结奋斗的这种昂扬姿态。
So as you can see here in Yining, in Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture, and let's say in the whole country of China, that people of different ethnic groups, they can live harmoniously and happily all together as long as they united with each other. Alright, 我们可以去1楼看一下，看看有一个沙画的这样一个，刚刚我们昨天看到，可以跟我们去看一下吗？谢谢，谢谢，拜拜，谢谢。Alright, so 对，这边可以，对对，可以，对。好，你们 So the director of the museum is going to show us.
你是那个流动沙发的展示吗？
对，那我们从那边先。Alright, okay. 哦，她的衣服也很漂亮。So 你是塔塔尔族吗？是的，这是我女儿。你女儿。So actually, this very pretty, lovely little girl is her daughter. 那您可以介绍一下您自己吗？
我叫古丽菲拉，也是本馆的讲解员。我是塔塔尔族。
So she is also one of the tourist guide here in this museum, and she's also a member of a Tatar ethnic group. 那今天我们现在要去看一下那个沙画，您是平时也会给大家演示这个沙画，是不是？好的。So we are going to, she's going to show us the sand painting in this museum, and through the sand painting, she's going to tell us a story about the city. 那我们今天沙画大概会展示一个什么样的内容呢？还是说要保持一个惊喜？
是因为我也是一个初学者，然后呢，就是可以给你展示一些我们的这个树，然后后续是人物这样子的。
啊，是 So she told， 那您学沙画有多长时间了？
因为这个疫情阶段呢，我是去了3次以后呢，就是在这自己练的。
哦，
是这样。
So she told me, you were very talented actually. She told me that she took the courses of sand painting for 3 times because of the previous pandemic here. And after that, she kept practicing by herself here in the museum. So let's take a closer look. I believe she can do very well. All right, let's go. Oh, this is cool. So now let's enjoy a fantastic sand painting done by this beautiful Tatar lady. 我们应该站在这边还是站在那边比较好呢？站到这边是吗？ So we should stand on this side so that we can have a better perspective, better view of this whole painting.那这个现在在画的是一个什么呢？
是的，我们的伊犁的山野啊，然后现在呢还是先画一下我们的这边的山。
So the image you are looking at right now is actually the mountains in Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture, and I believe that is the sun over there. Oh. 那这个是什么呢？
这是
土地。Okay, so this is the fields in the place.这是河流吗？还是？
是一个河流，也可以当成，如果说是这个交通沙堆化呢，是可以随时改变啊。也可以把这个当成
是条路，是不是啊？So this is the road, and you can also see the grass beside the road. It also shows the real scenery in Yili. Because as we mentioned, in this prefecture, you can see thousands of hectares of grasslands and lush forests and green mountains and crystal clear lakes. And can you believe this lady just told me that she only took the courses of sand painting for 3 times, and then she just practiced by herself in the museum. So I believe this is the shape of a head. So she is now drawing a human being, I believe. 所以现在我们是要画一个人物了，是不是？We can tell from the hairstyle that this is a beautiful lady. Oh, 这是帽子，是不是？ So this is the hat. She's wearing a hat. So she's just drawing the normal life scenery here in Yili, the city, the prefecture's capital of Yili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture. 所以是这个少女在望着远方的山和路，是吗？对。So she's drawing a beautiful young lady looking at the mountains and the roads and grasslands. This is really a vivid image, as you can tell from the details of the hair of her hairs and eyes. And we have James says, that's so cool, yes. And Monica says, amazingly beautiful. Shawan says, beautiful. And Danny says, talented. 所以我们有很多的观众都在说您画得非常的漂亮，而且觉得您非常有才华。因为刚刚您说就是只上了3堂课，然后就回来自学了，是吧？ Yes, she's indeed very talented because, as we mentioned for several times, she told me that because of the previous pandemic here in the region, she could only take 3 courses for sand painting, and then she just came to the museum and practiced by herself. Well, now, as you can see, she's doing really well. This又是什么呢？
这个呢，我们可以假设呢，成为一个这位美女呢拿的一束花。
一束花啊 ，So we can assume this as a bunch of flowers that this lady is holding. And actually this gallery, or let's say this museum, is called Alexander Accordion Collection. It was found in 2018, and here in the museum there are a total of over 800 accordions from 27 different countries. And if you still remember when we did a live stream in Tacheng, we also showed you the accordion museum over there, but different from that one, all the accordions collected in this museum are by a man named Alexander, and he is of Russian ethnic group. So I was told later the daughter of Alexander is going to teach me how to play the accordion. I'm really looking forward to that. While we are enjoying this beautiful sand painting, I'm going to introduce a little bit about Alexander. He was born and raised in the music family, and he started to play musical instruments since he was very young. And when he was only 10 years old, he was already able to play the piano with his father. And when he was 15 years old, he began to learn how to repair accordions. Alright, after he turned to 40 years old, he began to learn composition and began to write. Later on, we will show you all the different and beautiful accordions in this museum that all collected by Alexander himself. So 这个是树林、森林是吗？啊，这是穿着裙子的。啊，这是一对情侣吧？嗯。哦 So as you can see that in this very lush forest, there are couples and tourists wandering in this beautiful environment. 哎，这个点是什么意思呢？
可以作为一个果树。是一个果树。
So there are also fruits on these trees. You can take a look at the details. So what makes this place so special and attractive to all the tourists from across the country or even from across the world is one of the places is the Accordion Museum. And actually, if you know the accordion was invented in the early 1800s by a German man, actually. So in German, the word for accordion means musical chord, concord of sounds. 所以这个是完成了是吗？ So this is the whole picture of this sand painting. Let's take a look, and you can tell from that side, and far away there are mountains and grasslands and roads, and a beautiful young lady very elegantly look at the mountains, and she's also holding a bunch of flowers. And here in the lush forest there are couples and tourists. We can tell that this is a really peaceful scenario, and this is a normal life here in Ili, Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture. So let's go to the second floor to show you a little bit of the accordion collection by Alexander. And while we are walking, you can take a look over here. And this is actually a typical residence of people who live in this area. You can tell from the color, and you can tell from the color of the porch and the doors and the windows and interior design that people here are really they're really artistic actually. So look at the porch. The blue actually is very common here. You can find in the Liuxin Street. After this, we will take you to the outside to take a look at the buildings and architecture, where you can witness all of the colorful windows and porch and doors. And inside, you can tell that a blanket here, it's also very colorful. The green represents the grasslands in this region, and the blue represents blue skies. And they also have yellow and red. Alright, so if you just tune in, you are watching the live streaming on China Plus America, China Plus South Africa, China Plus News, and CRI Learn Chinese. Well, let me check your comments on our Facebook page. If you love our live stream, if you love our content today, make sure that you like, comment as much as possible and share this with your friends. And we have Alright, we have a lot of comments right here. We have Jessie says, amazing work of art. Yes, definitely, and she's really talented. And we have Kenny says, my weekend is well, and how's your weekend? Wow, I didn't realize it's weekend because we've been traveled from all the way from northern part of Xinjiang, and we will continue our journey to the southern part of this region. We couldn't realize it's weekend because we kept working the whole time. And Shadona says, yes, it is. It is beautiful? Yes, of course. And we have right, let me check the comments on our CRI Learn Chinese page. Well, as you can see, that beautiful lady is asking me to come closer. Perhaps she has some surprise for us. Oh, 所以这个是咱们一个典型的这边的民居，是不是？
啊，对，这个是俄罗斯风格的。
俄罗斯风格的 Russian style architecture and interior design here. 那您可以稍微介绍一下你自己吗？
大家好 ，Hello, my name is Rita.
So you see, she speaks English. Her name is Rita. 所以您是就是亚历山大的女儿。So she's the daughter of Alexander, who collected all the accordions from different countries. Actually from 27 countries. 在这个博物馆里面有800多个，对 ，so a total of 800 accordions from 27 countries. 那今天我们这边拿到的就是这个应该是巴扬，对不对？
对，这是巴扬。
So actually, here is the little quiz for you. Do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between bayan and accordion? Do you know the difference between bayan and accordion? Think about it. I'll tell you later. 那我们是今天您可以教我一下吗？
好的。那就拿这个。
我拿这个。好。So she's going to teach me. 哦，要坐着。So when you right, when you are playing the accordion or bayan, you are supposed to sit down.
那这样翻过来，先把它竖过来。
竖过来。
哎，对，这样竖，这样竖过来。
这个袋子其实是在一侧的，是不是？
那不能跟着它这它这边部分比较弱，
这样扶着。
对，这样扶着。
这样扶着。
有个纽扣。
手错了。
纽扣。
是要插进去。
你要先背
起来。
对，先等一下啊，这个地方才是背起来。
Okay, so we have all the two beautiful ladies to help me.
背上，你的肩上。
Okay.
然后呢
，a little bit heavy.
抓在我们这边。
这个。
对。然后按了以后呢，拉了以后它才有声音，要不然没有声音，必须是按了以后才有声音的。对，你按这些键啊。
OK。
对，按一下。
哦。
对。
对，它这个部分呢是这个
simultaneously。
您可以坐下，您可以坐下来啊，坐下来。
OK。
第三个，您边按边拉。
边按边拉。
对。
这样。
拉不动。你按着
按两个。
对，按的话才能拉得。
对，这两个指头用这两个。
这两个。
哎，对，就这样交叉交叉，就平时就是这样。交叉交叉。
是像这样的，对。
你按的时候要拉到什么？等一下。
两个手就可以
按一个键在拉。这边要按，这边要拉。
Really bad at this. Why? Why can't I do this? 为什么我没有声音呢？
按上一个就
按这一个往下。OK。好，为什么我这个声音这么高？
因为它两个音。
哦，是so this pitch is higher, and this pitch is higher.
两个声音不一样，这是编辑器那个簧片的问题。
右手按一个键。
不用。
那个拉的时候，边按的时候按狠一点再拉就行了。
所以，如果小朋友学手风琴，第一件事要干嘛呀？
这样，
就是要学会这个拉和这个，
就是要拉出声音来。
对，这样，
对，
这样啊！
哎，好棒的。
非常好。
有一点点了，有一点点，
有那个感觉了。
OK。那这边的键是做什么呢？
伴奏
的，啊，是和弦是吗？是和弦。
对。这个我要坐下。
OK。
比如说我们刚刚，这样的，就是它就不单单止于它有一种拱哒拱哒那个声音。
So you use the two of your fingers to play to press the buttons over here. You can only use the two of your fingers. 那您可以给我们完整的演奏一曲吗？我觉得我已经给我们的听众带来了非常灾难的这种效果。
好的，那给大家演奏，这是一个踢踏舞的曲子。
踢踏舞 ，OK。
对，它可以不断的循环，快慢都行，而且它是属于基础款，就比较简单一点，适合初学者的。
Basic. When you learn to play the accordion, so she's going to play that music for us.就是刚刚我背上的时候，感觉这个还是有一点重的啊。那小朋友来说的话，大概几岁开始学会是比较合适的呢？
因为它分琴呢，它分儿童的、男士的、女士的。我们这两个是女士的，
女士琴，
成年女性，
成年女性。
对。
So these two kinds of accordions are for the adult females.
小朋友的话，会有小朋友特别小巧的那种。
They also have those very tiny little accordions for children to learn to start with. 那如果从刚刚像您说的这个曲子，应该算是最基础、最入门的小朋友来学的。那他们基本上几岁开始就是可以学这个，然后可以弹成一个完，需要多长的周期来学习呢？
基本上的话，大概是5岁或者是7、8岁就可以去学了。
So if the kids wants to learn accordion, to learn to play the accordion, they can actually start when they are 5 or 7 or 8 years old. 那多长时间能够学成一首完整的曲子？
因人而异，这要看他各自己的理解能力
如果快的话，
练习的时间。像刚刚的这个哆来咪发嗦拉西到20分钟、10分钟。
20分钟 ，It takes me. 我刚刚已经花了差不多10分钟也没有学会。So she told me that if the kid is really talented, it takes about 20 minutes to learn to perform the do re mi fa sol la si do. But actually, I think it has already taken me like 20 minutes, and I still bad at it. So as you can see, I'm not that talented at playing the accordion. And how about the quiz we just raised? Do you know the difference between accordion and bayan? Do you know the difference between the two kinds of, the two different kinds of accordions? Let me check your answers here. James asked, who is behind the camera? Una and Nyo are behind the camera. All right. And we have Michelle Cha says beautiful, and we have James also says good morning to Nyo. And how about the answer? Do you know the difference between bayan and accordion? Jessie says you are doing an amazing job. Actually, I'm not. I'm bad at it. I'm trying my best. I think I'll practice more after I can really do a complete performance to you. And all right, I'll tell you the answer. Actually, Mila says hey. Mila says hello to you guys. We're here in Xinjiang, and the place we are right now is Yinin City. It's the capital of Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture. And just now we raised a question, that is, do you know the difference between bayan and accordion? So if you know the answer, you can tell us in comments. Actually, it's quite easy. You can tell from this part of this instrument. If these are buttons, then it's bayan, and if these are keys of like piano keys, it's accordion. So it's quite different. It's quite interesting. All right. So here we are in this that has a total of 800. 谢谢你们，谢谢，拜拜，谢谢。So she is the daughter of Alexander, who collected all the accordions in this museum. And actually, I have some fun facts about accordion to tell you, to share with you. Shall we go outside over in this way? Alright, the accordion is able to sustain sound for a much longer time than most other instruments. Come to this place, you can actually visit this museum because on the first floor you can tell the history and culture of this place. And as you can see, this is the scenario of people's life here, and people of different ethnic groups are sharing a dinner together maybe. And this statue is actually Alexander himself. He is also playing the accordion. And from their different costumes, we can tell that this is actually a Uyghur, and this is a Kazakh, this is Han, and 这是回族. So she is a member of Hui ethnic group. 这是 Uzbek, so she's a member of Uzbek ethnic group, and this is the member of Shiba ethnic group. So here is like epitome of the life scenario here in Ili, that people of different ethnic groups that live together here. And actually, this is also we want to share with all of our friends in the country and in the world, that no matter which ethnic group, which country you are from or you are with, as long as we share this, after all, we have the one same purpose in life, that we all want to pursue the happiness. So bear that in mind, we can share a happy life. You can take a look at this map actually. This is the do you still remember when we started our live stream? We told you that this whole block is actually like a spider web. It's like a spider web. It's hexagon shaped. All right, let's go outside to take a look at the street and the block over here. Well, we are going to take you to the outside of the Liuxin block or Liuxin street. And here you can see different colors and architectures of different ethnic characteristics. All right, so as you know, China has the longest land border in the world, totaling more than 22,000 kilometers. And many of the border towns are diverse and share both Chinese and foreign characteristics. So here in Yili, it's the same. So it borders with 3 countries, Russia and Mongolia and Kazakhstan. So you can tell from the name of this prefecture, this is a place where a lot of people of Kazakh ethnic group live, and since it also borders Russia, you can find some architecture or food or costumes that are of Russian characteristics. Not to mention that there is a Russian ethnic minority group living here, and this is actually a primary school here. 今天开学了吗？现在开学了，没有开学。 今天放假 so all right, it's Sunday, so students are not here. It's Sunday. Like I said, we have already ignored the weekends for us. And this whole block, this hexagon-shaped whole block, was firstly constructed in the 1930s by a German engineer. And if you take a look at all the architectures along the streets, you will see that they are of different features. Some of them have pointed small attics, and some of them have half-bow window. And people are carrying coals over here because they're going to use coal to heat their houses in winter. And actually, I'd like to mention that Yili is also a place of rich natural resources, including coals and natural gases. And Xinjiang is also a region with rich mineral resources. Yili is one of them, and Yili has some of the largest coal mines in the country. And the oil and gas extraction industry in Aksu and Karamay is growing, with the west-east gas pipeline linking to Shanghai, east of China. And the oil and petrochemical sector gets up to a large percent of Xinjiang's economy. Like we said, if you take a look over the roof over there, you can see that it has a pointed small attic, and their houses are really colorful. All right, let me check your comments over here. Do you have any questions? Edward says, my favorite lady. Do you mean the lady who just played the accordion over there? And Mila says, whoa, cool. And Mila says they're both really different instruments, which is pretty cool and awesome. So like we mentioned, there. What is he doing? Let's take a closer look. So as you can see, along their houses, there is this kind of trench outside their house. Do you know what's the function of the trench? Do you know what's the function of the trench here? If we keep walking, you will see that we actually walk along the trench. So do you know what people use these waters in the trench for? I think this is quite interesting because hi. So they're going to follow us. Mila says weekends are the best days in America and all the other countries, which is awesome. Absolutely, we all think weekend is the best thing for us, but as you know, we will spend over 30 days traveling all the way from northern to the southern part of Xinjiang. We will take you to the whole, to show you the whole picture of, try to show you as much of the whole picture of this region, because we will show you the beautiful landscape and as well as its ethnic culture, its food, and its people. He's tired. And James says, wow. Right, how about the answer of the question? Do you know what the trench is for? What is the purpose for people to build such kind of trench outside their homes? I think this is quite an interesting detail in people's life here in Yining, because if you take a look, you will see that outside every house people grow flowers, right? And this is actually one of the symbols to show that people do love their life so much here in Yining. And so just like this way, people grow flowers outside their houses, and they also have the trench outside their homes. So they use the water of the trench to grow their flowers. That's the purpose why they build trench outside their homes. Do you know? Do you get the answer? And Don Van de Venter says, is the irrigation water in the trench? Yes, it is. And people use the water to grow their flowers. Mila says flowers are beautiful. And we were told that people here in Yining, they do love to grow flowers outside their houses. All right, let me see who are with us on our CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page. All right, we Wen says, what is your favorite flower? What is your favorite flower? 你最喜欢的花是什么？你最喜欢的花是什么？我最喜欢的花是什么呢？你可以猜一猜。你可以猜一猜。Have a guess. What is my favorite flower? And we have, so Rab says water plants. Yes, they use the water to grow their flowers. So the street we are walking on right now is actually the Liuxin Street, one of the lanes of the Liuxin Street, the block. And as we mentioned, if you can have the map, you can take out the map and take a whole view of this block. You will see it's hexagon shaped and it's like a spider web. It has all of the 6 streets radiates towards different directions with the square in the center. And Kenny says those kids are having so much fun following the crew around. Yes, I think there are not so many such kind of crews here doing live streaming here, and so they're getting more and more excited, and they keep following us. And Michelle says rose. So rose is your favorite flower? Rose is beautiful, and I do love rose. Who doesn't? And here, as you can see, if you travel to this place, you can find some different restaurants and even bars and even pizza shops here. Let me check. Oh, Kenny says, I thought the trench was to keep the enemy away. Oh, that's a good point, but I think it might be a little bit small to fight against the enemies. Mila says music brings people together. Yes. Hello. Yes, so this is the block where people of different ethnic groups live together. They're from Han and Uyghur and Kazakh and Tajik and Hui. So people live here together, and they do share the same love to beautiful life. And as you can tell from their habits of growing flowers outside their homes, and they do share the same love, affection to music, and that's why they can make friends with each other for over the 30 years. And they also formed the band to welcome tourists and guests. Anyone who visits here, they will play the accordion for them. And usually we were told when it's sunny and when there are many tourists, they will even come to the streets to welcome the guests while playing the accordion. Alright, so we have arrived at a place. It is actually a mosque. So in the Liuxin Street, the block, you can find mosque and Orthodox church in this place. Take a look at the mosque. I don't think it's open today. So the mosque was firstly established in 1943, and in 1982 it had the first small-sized remedy and the second large-scale renovation. So take a look. It has the typical style of mosque here, and people, as we mentioned, that people here living here, they're from different ethnic groups and they have different religious beliefs. So in Xinjiang, there are many Muslims, so it's quite common to see mosques here. And I think this makes the block even more special because you can tell from that people with different religious beliefs can also live harmoniously together. And I think this just sets a good example not only to China, but also to the whole world, that different people have different opinions, different people have different beliefs. So different people have different lifestyles, but why not see common points while reserving difference? And why not believers and non-believers respect each other? So this is quite cute, and that statue is actually taking a picture for us over here. This is quite cute. The bronze, I think this is squirrel, maybe, perhaps, I'm not sure. All right, let's keep walking. And where were we just now? We said that different people have different beliefs. Why not we seek common points while reserving difference? Oh, Kenny asked, Huang, Una, and Niu Niu, did you hear the praise during early morning? This morning we didn't hear that. We stay here for only 2 days. I'm not sure. I'm not very sure about their normal life, their daily life here. Whether they will come to the mosque or the Orthodox church we were going to visit. Whether they will come here to pray, I'm not very sure. But we can later ask the local people to confirm whether it's a normal thing for them. Oh, Sandra asked, what is the main religion here? You mean in Xinjiang or in Yili? So as you can see that there were so many Russian style architectures over here because this place is profoundly affected by Russian culture, and they do have a Russian ethnic group here. And we're going to take you to visit a Russian garden. And you can tell from that mosque, you can tell from that statue that this is a typical Russian garden over here. Take a look at this statue. And this lady is holding the Russian bread. And she's also wearing the costume of Russian style, she's also wearing the costume of Russian ethnic group. And here is actually in this little garden, there are some restaurants and even, this is a Russian restaurant, and that is a bar. And that is called Natasha's Home. I believe that's also a restaurant. And that is Katyusha's Home. Katyusha is also the famous music that the performers performed just now in the Accordion Museum. And it's 11:44 here in China, so it's way too early for them to open. And we are going, like we mentioned, in this block you can find Russian style culture, architecture, and you can also find mosque over there. Also, there's also an Eastern Orthodox church in this block, so we are going to take you there. And just now we mentioned that Katyusha is a famous song that's been played for centuries here in China, and it's It's actually originated from Russia during the peacetime after World War II. And you know, during the past time, since the two countries share great friendship, it's kind of like a household name in China for people, especially in the generation like my father, my grandfathers. If they don't know how to sing Katyusha, it feels like it's a shame. So, but for these days, for younger generation like us, it's still a very famous Russian, one of the very famous popular Russian songs here in China. And if you just search on YouTube, you will find many soldiers, many Chinese soldiers. They will sing this song. They will sing this song every time they went to Russia, and it's kind of like it will make them nostalgia. And this song enjoys great popularity among Chinese public, stimulated by the intimate relationship between the two countries. And the popularity, like I said, the popularity of the song reached a point in China that at the time young people would deem it a great shame if they couldn't sing them. And actually in Russia, Katyusha embodies the various beautiful and noble characteristics that the ideal woman would possess, inspired by the poem by a poem by Russian poet. The country's famous composer adapted the poem into such a song. Kenny asked, I wonder if the traditional cuisine is combined of all the cultures. We will try to find a restaurant. I believe in this is a place where different ethnic groups live together, so they have different styles of restaurants. So here you can find the typical local Uyghur canteen or Kazakh canteen or Uzbek canteen, as well as Russian style canteen, and also you can find all of the different styles remixed together. So some of the buildings are still under construction because people want to transform this place into a popular tourist site so that they can attract more and more travelers from different places across the whole country, so that to boost the development of this region. And just because there were so many mixed culture in this block, that it has attracted different people to appreciate the unique culture in this place. So here we are going to visit this Eastern Orthodox Church over here. It's one of the most popular landmarks here in this block. Hello， 你好，你们是来旅游的吗？是从哪里过来的呀？从乌鲁木齐。So they are tourists from Urumqi, the regional capital of Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. 那你们是到这边来几天了？
我们来了，到伊宁市是来了第3天了。
第3天在伊宁市了，去了哪些地方呀？
我们到昭苏、霍尔果斯，到还有喀拉峻、特克斯、尼勒克，
所以都是在这个整个伊犁这个
深度
旅游。So they have been here. They have been here in Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture for 3 days, and during the past 3 days, they've been to all the different places, all the landmarks here, including the horse town, where we are also going to visit in the coming days. So stay tuned. And 那你们对这个伊宁或者伊犁的整个的印象是怎样的呢？
哎呀，就值得在这里住很长时间，慢慢的游，好好的看，景色很美，而且特别有特色。
So they think it's a place that's worth visiting, it's a place worth staying for a longer time, so that you can appreciate the beautiful scenery as well as the culture altogether. 谢谢谢谢哦，你们现在要去尝一下这个冰淇淋店是不是 ？So this is actually a very popular ice cream shop, here in this block. Shall we go inside and take a look at this ice cream shop? And as it says, it's handicrafted ice cream. And in front of the door, as you can see, they should have their temperatures taken and have their hands sanitized, because this whole country just win the battle against the pandemic. So people are still tend to be cautious. We can take a look over here. Just catch a glimpse. So the two visitors from Urumqi, they're also very interested in the popular ice cream shop here. All right, here it is. It is the Eastern Orthodox Church. Since this place groups, have different beliefs on Liu Xin block things of different characteristics. So this is the Eastern. It's not quite huge, but it was established in 1937, so it has a long history. 您好，您好，想问一下，咱们这边的话，平时是什么时候有人过来呢？
我们是礼拜天，
星期天是吧？ So every Sunday， 也就是今天，所以今天现在有人在里面吗？
今天我们疫情没有搞
啊，
所以
平时的话大概是怎么个规模呢？
平时我们就12点开始
，12点开始啊，
大概1个小时。
1个小时 ，So people would come here every Sunday。可以看一下吗？好 ，So people would come here every Sunday to pray for about 1 hour. But the manager told the influence of the pandemic, they have to suspend the activity so that to avoid the crowd and gathering of all the people here. Let's take a closer look. This is actually the first time for me to get into an Orthodox church. 我也是第一次来到这个，对，第一次过来。
那个里面我们叫圣堂，圣堂里边提前不用不让进。如果需要搞卫生的话，从小门男生进去，里面的卫生搞一下。
And actually, in China, the Eastern Orthodox churches are mainly distributed in 6 places. Here in Xinjiang, of course, is one of them. 哦，这是在弄什么？蜂蜜是吗？
蜂蜜，
我们自己做的。
自己做的。
啊，这是 homemade honey.
我2个丫头，这是我中间的丫头。
Oh, so these are the daughters of this manager, and they are this is the homemade honey by themselves. 哦，到时候就是说游客到这边来的时候，其实也可以在这边购买，是不是？
就是那个太多了，我们就1公斤称好。
啊。
谁需要的话就按1公斤买。
So in China, the Eastern Orthodox churches are mainly distributed in 6 places. Xinjiang, of course, is one of them. Others are in Beijing, Shanghai, Harbin, Tianjin, and Wuhan. And most of the believers are of Russian ethnic group. 所以您也是俄罗斯族是吗？Like I mentioned, most of them.
这是我爷爷，军人都是。我们是军人家庭。
啊。
这是我爷爷。这是我爷爷的革命的圣书。这是我爷爷25岁牺牲的。这是我爷爷的父亲。
The old pictures shows his grandparents.
这是我奶奶的父亲，都在新疆牺牲的。
都在新疆，
这革命家李立三的女儿应该认识吧？
李立三的女儿，
我们一块到莫斯科去的。
谢谢。So, like we mentioned, that most of the believers of Eastern Orthodox here in China, most of them are of Russian ethnic. 目的是吗？
看一下吗？看吗？
好。And this is actually a cemetery of Russian style cemetery.
这个里面咋说呢？军人呀，有政府，老百姓都有。
啊，
总共
这基本上就是俄罗斯族的，
对
他们对啊。
总共20亩地嘛，20亩地里面有7000个人左右。
这个里面20亩地。
别看这个平地方都有人。我们挖一个坑，
So
没有
this
3个
whole
人。
area is about 20 亩 in Chinese. We say 亩. How many hectares?
那个，
您刚刚说是7000多个是吗？有多少？
那个有画的那个130个人，130个人里面30个是军人。
啊 ，So take a could you take a look at this with the flower? And he told me that a total of 130 people are buried under that tomb, and among them 30 are soldiers.
那个白石碑有画的184个人
，184个人
，184个人，一个是军官。
啊，
剩下我们也不知道，老百姓还是什么？
不知道是什么军啊。So a total of 184 people were buried under that tomb.
你这边是我爷爷那个。就那边，那队伍叫新的那个，有花的那个。
有花的那个。
啊，我爷爷。
哦 ，So that tomb over there.
这边一点。
Over there. Is actually where the manager's grandfather buried. 啊。所以基本上就是在这边的俄罗斯族的人，他们愿意就是到这个会在这个墓地是吗？
对，现在已经停止了。这去年政府掏钱这个绿化了、种草了，这个木栈道，这些白石碑都是政府掏钱立的
啊。
所以现在这块不允许安葬人了。给我们划了那个铁山沟那边划了17亩地。
So people of Russian ethnic group will prefer burying here in the cemetery after they pass away. 那您就是负责这个整个的这个教堂啊、墓地啊，这些都是在这里是吗？那您是在这里一直在这里生活，在这里生，在这里长？
我们已经6代了。
啊，6代了。So
到我这儿4代了。我们后面我
女儿、
丫头啊，我们的他们的孩子都算的话，就第6代了。
So 6 generations of his family live here in Yining in the Liuxin Street. 好，谢谢您，再见，再见。So this is the block of Liuxin Street. And as you can see, this is a multicultural, multi-ethnic street where different people, different ethnic people live. Saint Nicholas Church.
Nicholas. 这个就是 Nicholas 神像嘛。你们是北京来的？
对。
直播是吧？
是的，是的。上午是不是也有一个其他的同事过来直播？
不是的，我今天下午有点事。
我
才在可能晚一点过来。
好，谢谢您，谢谢您，再见，再见。Alright, so as you can see, this whole block of Liuxin Street is really have a unique culture, ethnic, with all the different ethnic minority groups. And as we mentioned in our live stream, we hope people of different ethnic groups, of different nationalities can live happily and harmoniously all together, because after all, the one same purpose we're pursuing in our life is happiness. So thank you for staying with us today. We will have more beautiful and interesting live streams in the coming days, in the coming 2 weeks actually, so stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.